Hey guys, as we wrap up our Intro to Sustainability course, let's recap some of what we've learned. In week 1, we started with the basics. What is resource sustainability? Resource sustainability is the responsible use of resources, both renewable and non-renewable, for long-term use by present and future generations. In week 2, we discussed the principles of resource sustainability as well as society's dependence on traditional energy sources. We also talked about the shift to renewable energy, including costs and risks. This is a concept I'm also currently working on in my energy and resource sustainability class. I would say this is the most interesting topic that we have learned, and I'll circle back to that after I finish reviewing the rest of what we've learned. In week 3, we talked about greenhouse gas emissions, climate change, and different ecological pollution types. While this is the core of what I started this program for, I have become quite familiar with ideas and topics surrounding it. I have much more to learn on the topic and look forward to learning more in my next classes. Weeks 4 and 5, we looked at the sustainability transition and sustainability management. Shifting to mostly renewable energies will take time and patience. It's not going to happen overnight, and we will have to transition from a wasteful environment to a sustainable management economy. Weeks 6 and 7 consisted of national and international policies, governance, and regulations towards sustainability. While many countries, including America, have taken vital steps to transitioning, we must inevitably continue reaching and forming policies, acts, and laws that reflect sustainability for the future. Now, as we wrap up, we're touching base on the importance of biodiversity and what future strategies we can take for creating a more sustainable tomorrow. Now, back to week 2. As I noted before, we discussed the costs and risks of renewable energies. In my energy and resource sustainability class this week, we're talking about this exact same topic, but the risks to the environment. When we think about renewable energy, we usually think that it's what's best for the environment and what will help initially save us from the mess that we're currently in. And while yes, renewable energy will propel us forward in the next evolutionary step, we must stop and think about the environmental impact of renewable energy. Cost-wise, nearly all renewable energy sources and sustainability projects are more expensive in the startup phase, and the payback period can be long when compared to traditional energy sources. Environmental risks are one of the biggest setbacks of renewable energy sources. Wind power, for example, is a risk to bird populations. Solar panels use chemicals and toxic materials in the production phase, which can leach into the air, the groundwater, the surface water. And even hydroelectric power possesses the risk to fish and wildlife from the spinning of the turbines. The big question that we have to ask ourselves is, are these environmental risks and the high startup costs and the long payback period worth it for the environmental benefit? Which is what essentially our entire career is going to be about. Finding ways to better set ourselves up for success, and how we can better power not only our country but the entire world. And we've got much more to learn. Even once we're done with our schooling, we will always continue learning more. It doesn't stop here. And so, with that, I will leave you. We need to think about the future and what we're doing this for. Thank you.